Hey y'all, it's Joey Richardson. While I have been having a bad start to this summer, it seems like things are starting to turn around now. And while I've been keeping up with Braves scores and stats from the players, not their official stats, although I do, when I did watch last night, or the other night, I did see their stats. Some of them, anyways. I do believe this Braves team is on fire, but with the Phillies, in Atlanta this weekend, it's going to be a tough one, I think. Although Phillies have struggled a lot and they've been in some slump. I still think this rivalry is going to bring the best out of both teams. Hopefully, the Braves can keep hitting and maybe the pitching steadily improve. But I mean, the bullpen, even though the Braves swept the Pirates, the bullpen still looked somewhat like garbage, which they got young guys that they got young guys right now that still need developing, but they've brought up guys from AAA who are ready for the ML for the majors. So that's good news about the Braves is some of these young arms may be promising, or the guys that aren't ready to come up will hopefully be better once they come up unless we trade Donaldson and get some kind of pitching prospect or some hitting prospect that could help, which I don't think we need a lot of hitting prospects right now. If we were to dump Donaldson at the deadline, I would want it to be for a possible pitching prospect, or at least one. If there were multiple prospects involved, at least one of them be a pitcher. I mean, I do know that even Vizcaino, the closer, being out for the year, Jackson has become more of our closer. Minter, he's always been shaky as a closer, so I don't blame Jackson having to get the nod at closer. Even though he's sometimes scary too, he's still a work in progress. But I thought he was actually gonna literally go back to the minors after his struggles in the first game against Philly. But he's had some good outings and he's had some scary ones and bad ones as well. But he's overall Jackson closer to the future. Maybe one of the guys that still need development could. And that same was said about Mentor, but he was shaky, and we don't want Mentor back at closer unless Luke Jackson gets hurt. I do, and the funny thing about Luke Jackson is there was an NBA player named Luke Jackson. Probably not the same guy, but could potentially be because I think the guy who played behind LeBron in Cleveland, he probably wasn't LeBron's backup, maybe backup. It's funny because there's a Luke Jackson that played for Cavaliers from when LeBron's first stint in Cleveland, and he was a baseball player as well, but he chose basketball over baseball. It's probably not the same guy, more than likely. Would be cool if it was. It'd be like, wow, he played for Cleveland and now is the Atlanta Braves pitcher, but I doubt it's him, honestly. Anyways, guys, so Donaldson, we're going to start with Donaldson as far as individual players, as hitting players. Donaldson overpaid. That's right, overpaid. He was overpaid, y'all. Anybody who disagrees with me, uh, yeah, he hits home runs when he's hot with the bat, but is he? What other good does he does besides home runs? Yes, he can knock in an RBI too when it matters, but not every time. He's like hitting 230 something for crying out loud. He's about as bad as what Swanson was last year, which brings me to my point that Swanson has shown improvement with the bat. Yes, Dansby Swanson has shown improvement with the bat, and the guy that runs the basketball league, even he knows Swanson has improved, and he he probably now feels like maybe it's good he didn't get traded because he's playing really good at shortstop and he's hitting the ball, and he's been hitting some home runs which he didn't hit a ton of last year, and he's already got about as many as he did last year, if not more already. It'll be interesting to see how these hot bats keep going. And another key one is Albies, he was in a bad hitting slump, but man, has he come around lately. And Austin Riley, his bat had cooled off, but man, when I watched that one extra innings game with the Pirates and Braves in Atlanta, I was watching it on TV and I stayed up to watch the whole game, but man, it was awesome. Seeing Riley get hit by a pitch after a 3-for-5 night, it was his sixth at bat, and he could have hit. He had a chance to, if he would have hit a double, he would have hit for the cycle. Nope, he gets hit by a pitch, and he takes his base, and then Albies comes up ready to hit the ball, and he was looking to get a ball in the gap, and sure enough, he gets a pitch where he can get the ball to the gap, and Riley, all the way from first, comes home to score to win in the bottom of the 11th inning. And yeah, Albies was starting to swing the bat a little better too. I think he's even stolen a base since he started hitting better again. So yeah, Albies, I do like Ozzy Albies a lot, and he walks out the crazy train, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta walk out the crazy train when your name is Ozzy, even though it's actually it's something else, but it's Spanish. Ozzy's what they call him short because his name's Spanish. It's in Spanish, so I forget which country him and Acuna are from, but Acuna, he's been hot from the leadoff spot. There's no doubt that Acuna is meant to be in the leadoff spot. He was good at cleanup for a little bit, but that's where Donaldson's actually been at ever since. And well, when Acuna's leading off, the Braves actually are better with Acuna in the leadoff spot. Even if he hits a home run in his first at bat, so be it. That's just the Braves' magic, is when you have Acuna leading off, and then even Donaldson in the fourth spot will knock in a run sometimes, or even get the long ball going. But Swanson's actually, he was hitting right in front of the pitchers start season, but now you got him in the second spot. That's been good, and Riley, he ain't gonna move up the lineup probably, unless if he keeps a hot bat, he'll probably just stay where he's at because everybody else has been hitting in front of him very good. So yeah, everybody's had a good bat. Only exception would be moving Donaldson probably down lower, but that's probably not going to be the case because he's $23 million overpaid anyways. But Riley probably has a future at third base. Yeah. But anyways, I just thought I'd say Braves are 40-29. They play the Phillies probably around this time now, I guess. And so 40-29 is not bad. They had a game and a half lead over the Phillies or something like that. Let's hope the Braves can continue their tear and keep beating opponents and whoop these Phillies this weekend. Go Braves!